Horace Julian Bond, an American social activist, leader of the civil rights movement, politician, professor, and writer. While he was a student at Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia, during the early 1960s, he helped establish the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, the SNCC. In 1971, he helped found the Southern Poverty Law Center in Montgomery, Alabama, and served as its first president for nearly a decade. Bond was elected to serve 4 terms in the Georgia House of Representatives, and later he was elected to serve 6 terms in the Georgia State Senate, serving a total of 20 years in both legislative chambers. From 1998 to 2010, he was chairman of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, the NAACP. Bond left Morehouse College in 1961 to work on civil rights in the South. From 1960 to 1963, Bond led student protests against segregation in public facilities and other Jim Crow laws of Georgia. From January 1961 to September 1966, he served as the communications director of SNCC. During this period, he traveled frequently in Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, and Arkansas to help organize civil rights and voter registration drives. Although initially undecided about his party affiliation, Bond ultimately ran and was elected as a Democrat, the party of President Lyndon B. Johnson, who had supported civil rights and signed the Civil Rights Act and Voting Rights Acts into law. On January 10, 1966, Georgia representatives voted 184-12 not to seat Bond after the election because he had publicly endorsed SNCC's policy of opposition to United States involvement in the Vietnam War. Bond took the legislature to court. A 3-judge panel of the United States District Court for the Northern District of Georgia ruled in a 2-1 decision that the Georgia House had not violated any of Bond's constitutional rights. The case reached the Supreme Court of the United States in 1966, which ruled 9-0 in the case of Bond versus Floyd that the Georgia House of Representatives had denied Bond his freedom of speech and was required to seat him. From 1967 to 1975, Bond was elected to 4 terms in the Georgia House, where he organized the Georgia Legislative Black Caucus. Bond spoke out on important issues of the day through a newspaper column and his frequent appearances on radio and television. He narrated the landmark 14-episode documentary on the civil rights movement, Eyes on the Prize. Remembering Mr. Bond, President Barack Obama is quoted saying, "Justice and equality was the mission that spanned his life. Julian Bond helped change this country for the better." And what better way to be remembered than that? Bakersfield Ivy Legacy Foundation. We celebrate Black History Month.